Basically, there's a wide availability of weapons that do not belong anywhere in the public market whatsoever. Things used to mow down mass quantities of people we would assume designed for this purpose. They should not be available. We would like to see it end the availability of people's access to them.
This isn't the case in other countries. It's not the case in other countries that anyone can go out and just access a submachine gun or a bump stock or a semi-automatic weapon.
This is not a controversial issue. Sensible gun regulations are a clear majority of support among the American people in the like 70s, 80%. So it's not a controversial issue. And so the reason why we don't have any action on this is because of certain vested interests that won't do it. So I would just ask you to not forget. You know, we keep forgetting, you know, as a culture. So let's not forget this time.
I know and love an unfortunate number of gun owners, right? We know people, right, who really promote access to guns. And we need to put that aside and think, okay, well, as Les was saying, when is human life more important, right? What kinds of questions do we need to ask to make sure human life is preserved? Other things we need to think about is gender, right? We all know beautiful men, right? But we also know that here in the U.S., boys and girls are socialized differently. What do we teach boys and girls about violence? What do we allow for boys and girls to have access to in terms of community? Which groups are more socially isolated than others? We need to ask ourselves questions about how we treat young people based on gender.
Young boys and men are still taught that masculinity is defined by strength and power and domination. Okay? Rape and domestic violence, sexual assault are an epidemic that are unfortunately deeply related to this epidemic of massacres that we're seeing going on. I wanted to make that clear. We have to understand that the 98% of these murders are committed by men. So I'm not saying this to attack men. I'm saying this because we have to look at what is happening to our men and our boys. What are we doing? What are we promoting? What are we doing to help that?
We also need to think critically about how we prevent the issue in the first place. I'm tired of reacting. Some people will say, I should have a gun. You kidding me? I cannot tell you how many trainings I have gone to in the last 2 years on how to keep my students safe. And I want to cry thinking about it, right? Because this is not the world that I imagined as a teacher. But I believe that there is a lot of value in establishing community to work on thinking critically about this issue.